my god, stop, bro. I'm stuck. Can you help me?
Do you believe you're in a rank you're not supposed to be in? Are you tired of losing more games than you win and not sure if you're even improving at all? Well, don't worry, I'm going to give you all the tips to break out of elo hell so you can flex on your friends. I'll keep it 100 with you. This video is mainly going to focus on the majority base, which is bronze to platinum. Alright, the first tip I'm going to give you guys is play heroes that fall into these two categories. 1, they are easy to play. And 2, players in your elo struggle to deal with them. So I made a little Venn diagram for this. And yes, some heroes like Pharah are hard to deal with in lower ranks if they have a mercy pocket. So don't take this diagram as 100%, as it will be dependent on the team comp you have and the enemy's team comp. But for the majority of players, I would say this is pretty true. Now, I understand that playing more high-skilled heroes is more satisfying and more rewarding, like taking heads off with Widowmaker or trying to get a TikTok clip with Genji's Blade. But if your main goal is to move up the rank, stick with the easy stuff. I would lean more on playing the heroes down the easy side of the diagram and swap accordingly between those heroes depending on who the opposite team is playing. I know players in low elo struggle with Symmetra and Torbjorn. They also do struggle with Pharah with a mercy pocket. But my advice to you guys is, why not be that person that's hard to deal with, especially in low elos? What I did when I was in a low rank in support, I played a fuck ton of Moira. Literally no one could do anything to me. I ended so many games either flawless, so not dying, or I had an average of like 8k damage and like 15k healing per game. And this is from someone who mains Kiriko and plays her at a high level. Please do understand that meta means nothing at low ranks. For example, the top DPS players play Tracer. I guarantee if you're in low elo, you will not be able to play Tracer or make her work like the same way the top level players do. Tracer is a character with such a high skill gap that the average players can't use Tracer. This is why in low elo games, you never see Tracer. But that one time you do play a good Tracer or even a semi-decent Tracer, they feel so oppressive, especially on your support. My second tip is, do not be a one trick. You will literally be the person in your team throwing if the opposite team is hard countering you. You will get flamed by your teammates for not swapping. It is a terrible experience for yourself by getting hard countered, and it's a terrible experience for your team. We've all had a game where a DPS would not swap to counter the Pharah Mercy in the sky and continue playing a character like Reaper. Please try to have a select few heroes under your arsenal so you can deal with multiple hero combos. However, do not spread yourself too thin by learning to play all the heroes. Specialize in a few, get good with them, and you'll see yourself winning more games and climbing the ranks a lot faster. This means that you will inevitably have to play the game a lot more. You're going to have to learn the hero matchups, and you're going to have to learn how to effectively counter certain heroes. However, this will also help you learn what positions to play each hero in to use them effectively. So when you come up against them, you know where you would play and you can counter them. The next tip is focus on your own mistake instead of others. Now, I know you're going to get teammates who throw and aren't doing their job properly, but you got to focus on what you could do better in each scenario. All you need to do is remember that the only common denominator in your game is yourself. You have 4 chances of having a bad player on your team, but 5 chances of having a bad player in the enemy team. This means that there'll be, on average, more bad players on the enemy team than on your team, if you deem yourself to be a good player. This can be significantly increased if you have a duo you can rely on, making it 3 chances for your team and 5 for the other team. Playing with someone or multiple people you can trust to play well will make the games more enjoyable and you're more likely to win the games. A nasty habit is you need to stop blaming your teammates. You're in low elo for a reason. Not everyone is going to play how you want them to play. Some people will have bad games. And some people may have bad matchups if they don't know how to play many heroes. Focus on yourself. Don't be that guy. A massive mistake low elo players make is not understanding cooldown usage and ult tracking. High elo players are always playing around cooldowns and ultimates. When Hog was dominating the game in Season 2, hook cooldown was constantly monitored, as when the hook was out of the game, your team was able to peek more freely. Another example with this would be waiting for Ana to use her sleep before you use Genji's Blade or Ramatha's Annihilation. If you're playing Kiriko against Ana, always try to keep your Susanade for Ana's anti-nade. And for the love of God, please stop panic ulting or even ego ulting. The amount of times I see a player popping ult at the worst time, thinking they're about to wipe the whole team, is actually tragic. Chances are you're not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Ults are a big part of winning team fights. So when you just throw them around carelessly, like when your tank is dead and you're in a 4v5, you're just hurting the team in a long run. And more likely than not, without the tank, you're gonna lose that team fight anyways. Alright, my last and final tip is communication. Learn to communicate with your team. Communication wins games. Look, this can be either through the team voice chat, which I recommend joining every game, or the team message chat. If you don't have a mic, still join the voice chat so you can hear any comms your teammates are making. This way you can rally ults together, hear when an opponent is one shot, or you could just dive a certain individual. A lot of players struggle with peeling for their team. You hear this a lot in support players where they don't feel like their tank or DPS are helping them when they're getting dived. But being in voice chat, if your teammates have mics, you will be able to hear certain things like Tracer keeps diving us, or can someone swap to help with the Pharah, or can the tank get into the line of sight of the Ana. Small things like this that will change your games drastically. Anyways, YouTube, it's been your boy MSR. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for all the love recently on the social medias and on YouTube. And yeah, I'm gonna catch you in the next one, YouTube. Peace.